Hello everyone, and welcome back to Destin Business Forum, a television show for members of the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce, and brought to you by our great friends here at Cox Communications. I'm Shane Moody, President and CEO of the Destin Area Chamber, and we're glad to have you with us today. Our next segment is about one of my favorite programs at the Destin Area Chamber, Destin Forward, our community education and leadership program. Two of our recent graduates, Maggie Woods and Matt Algarin, are with us today. Glad to have you with us.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here.
I know it's good to get out and come talk about this program because I know how much you two enjoyed it. Maggie, first of all, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm the marketing and events manager at Emerald Grand at HarborWalk Village. So we plan all of the events that go on at HarborWalk, the concerts, the festivals, and then we do all the marketing.
And it's about to get really busy down there, isn't it?
It is. We are kicking into high gear.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I think there's a lot of people in town a little earlier this year than usual.
I think so. We're hoping to see about 3 million.
Yeah, good.
This
Good
year,
for you.
so.
Generate those dollars for us.
That's
we
right.
need them. Matt, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I'm the city government reporter and the real estate editor at the Destin Log. That covers everything from city council meetings to workshops and seminars and everything in between.
Right, and you and I spend a lot of time together at City
We
Hall.
do,
Don't
we do.
Yeah, sitting back there in the peanut gallery,
Exactly.
watching City Council on Monday nights. We describe Destin Forward as leadership development, community education. What about those terms? What about that program drew your interest in the program? Maggie, we'll start with you.
Well, I was born and raised in Destin, and I came back and decided to transfer my childhood place into my place of career. So it was really interesting for me to be able to develop those leadership skills in this setting, meeting a whole new group of people than who I knew growing up. So that was kind of what drew me to it, is just to get the actual career leadership side of Destin.
All right. Matt?
For me, honestly, I think, being on the city government beat, you kind of get narrowed down into, a handful of people that you typically, spend most of your time, working with. So for me, it was really the appeal to, be able to branch out and expand past that, smaller group of people and learn more about, everybody else who makes the community go.
Right. Give us your perspective on the program. I mean, it's 9 months. Every month is something different, including, I guess it was March, a trip to Tallahassee to walk the halls of the Capitol and see things happen over there. Give us your perspective on what the program did for you.
Well, honestly, what it did is it does give you a tremendous behind-the-scenes look at Destin, and you get to see how passionate people really are about this community and the things that take place here. And for me, once again, kind of going back to, my work with the newspaper, you see things from a certain side, but I think this really, opened up my eyes to a completely different side of the city and once again, the people that, work here.
All right. And then Maggie, you were born and raised here, as you said. You went away, Florida State, I think it was, and now you've come back. And you're wanting to establish your career here. What did the program mean to you? What did you learn things that you didn't know, even though you were born and raised here?
I did, absolutely. There were a lot of things that I hadn't been exposed to growing up. But I think also what helped in going back to what drew me to the class was the professional friendships that I fused out of it. Even having a reporter friend helps in my job too. But there's lots of other side projects that I've been able to develop with classmates that I wouldn't have gotten to know if not for Destin Forward.
And for me, it's interesting because I see you all on your applications when they come in. Then I see you walk into that first meeting, and it's interesting watching I don't want to really say timid, but that's kind of what it is. You kind of come in and you go to your seat and you kind of sit there, and then 9 months later, you guys are like a family. You're like a community group that have created this friendship, and there's a bonding. And I think you were our fifth or sixth class since we started this program, and I think you all bonded more than the ones in the past. Why do you think you bonded that way?
I think a lot of it may have been because, a lot of us, I think, may have known each other to a certain degree outside of the initial meeting of the class. I was familiar with Maggie and, Missy and Lanier and some of the others in the class already. So, I think that just kind of made it a little bit easier to feel a little more comfortable, and, it just kind of melded everybody together.
All right. Maggie?
I just think we're a fun group.
Yeah, and you were a fun group. You were a really fun group. What was your favorite class?
Honestly, I think the workshop at the very beginning, when
Okay.
we got to do teamwork, and actually, I think that's what kicked it off. Having to work together in that, for hours, for 2 days.
I made you guys
You're gonna
sweat,
bond.
didn't I? Yeah.
But
And I would agree. I mean, I think those first couple meetings were crucial to laying the foundation for everybody in the group. And it's not very often that you get put into a group of somewhat strangers and you're told to create a cheer based on the needs of the city of Destin. So I think it just kind of was a great way to kick the program off and get really everybody comfortable with each other.
What was the one thing that in whatever class it might have been, that when it happened or you heard it or you saw it, you went, oh wow. What was your oh wow moment over the 9 months?
I think honestly for me it was really listening to a lot of the nonprofit organizations speak. I've always had a soft spot for social causes, and so listening to those groups speak and talk about the things that they do and the the things that happen in Destin that you don't necessarily see on the outside. That was really powerful.
Right. Maggie, anything for you that was oh wow?
I mean, that absolutely struck a chord on that nonprofit class that we had. But I think having to sit in on city council meetings, I had not had to do that before, and it was very eye-opening to, everything that has to be discussed and decided on, and that it really does all go through the system.
Right.
And
Right.
that was kind of my oh wow.
Yeah. Welcome to mine and Matt's world.
Exactly.
Each class every year has to do a project. Tell us a little bit about your class project.
Sure. Our project, we as a group decided that after listening to the Choctawhatchee Basin Alliance speak, and they told us about one of their boats that had gotten stolen, it just clicked. We said, wow, that's what we really want to do. We want to get them a boat. So, we had a bunch of different fundraisers, and we ended up buying them a little John boat, and we actually put it to use on a volunteer day last month and went out to Joe's Bayou and slung bags of oyster shells all over and built some reefs.
Right. Maggie, you actually baked goods for one of the bake sales too, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, and brought all of that
They sold
together.
out.
Right. And I always say that this is one of my favorite programs because I get to watch professionals in our community, young and old, because there's not an age limit, develop throughout the year and learn about the community. And I feel like graduation is truly a celebration of an accomplishment. And for you, Matt, it was a little bit above that because you were named the Leadership Award winner, voted on by the class by a 13-2 vote. What did that mean to you to win the Leadership Award?
It was really humbling, in all honesty. I think there was a bunch of deserving people in that room who could have easily won the award, and we all put in a lot of hard work. So to be voted as the leader of the group was really tremendous and really, like I said, humbling. It was a big honor. I was shocked, and if you remember at the graduation, I was almost at a loss for words, which for me that doesn't happen very often.
To see you speechless was moving.
Exactly.
It was moving. Well, thank you both for going through the program. Thanks for coming out and being with us today. Maggie, I wish you a lot of luck with all those tourists coming in because I know what your next 3 to 4 months are going to be like because my office is the same way. Matt,
fun.
Congratulations to you. Keep up the good work
Thank you.
and all the good things that you and the Destin Log do. And thank you all for being with us today on Destin Business Forum. Some quick upcoming announcements. Thursday, May 23rd is our Business After Hours sponsored by Boat Boards, and Boat will be giving away a 12-foot boat board as a door prize that night, $1,450 value, and that will be at their store at 383 Harbor Boulevard. Tuesday, June 11th is our Leaders in Business Lunch. It's our Nonprofit and Service Day. We have 16 nonprofits and a mini expo there at Destin United Methodist Church. We do have a couple of booth space left. And Saturday, August 17th, our Paddle at the Porch stand-up paddleboard race sponsored by Boat and the Back Porch. Sponsorships are available. And if you'd like to appear on this show, don't hesitate to give us a call at the chamber. Call Susie or go to our website and get her email address. Again, thank you for being with us. I know our guests appreciate it, and we will see you next month on Destin Business Forum.